Hello and welcome back. Today we've got part 4 of my ongoing series of excerpts from my new book, The Obsidians. We are at part 4, which means we are at Bon Jovi moment. We're halfway there. Getting super exciting, I will be honest. Thanks very much for coming back. Today we're going to read from chapter 3, and this is where we first get to meet the rock group Obsidia. If you're all sitting back comfortably, then I'll begin. The cherry and cream coloured Volkswagen campervan wound through the narrow country lanes. The speed with which it travelled down the unlit back roads would make many a rally driver proud. Behind the wheel was Marissa Fiamma, the petite yet strong lead singer and pianist of the three-piece band Obsidia. She was grateful that the boys were snoring loudly in the back of the van instead of sitting up front. They constantly nagged her when they came to her driving. Who'd have thought two men would be so anxious when it came to something like speed? She thought to herself, allowing a chuckle to escape. The camper van hurtled around a prickly tight bend, and with karmic-like irony, she hit a bump in the tarmac, which flung both her companions out of bed, sprawling to the floor. "Marissa, for Christ's sake! We made it through Australia, America and the rest of Europe without you killing us!" screamed a voice in a smooth Swedish accent. "I'd quite like to see Britain again before I die." "Oh, chill out and stop being such a big girl blouse," laughed Marissa. "I thought you Scandinavians were big motorsport fans." The Swede groaned as he picked himself up and tried to get back into bed. "There's a big difference in being a motorsport fan and being roadkill, Ginge," retorted a thick, abrupt Afrikaner accent. Marissa let out a peal of laughter. "Start up a band with gay lovers. It'll be great fun," they said. "Just like a smaller version of ABBA," they said. "Travel the world with a pair of queers. You'll have a ball," they said. Marissa mocked gently with a twinkle in her eye and a cheeky grin. "You are having a ball. Don't tell us you'd ever give up this life," replied the man with the Swedish accent. There was more scuffling from the back as the two men fought for the most comfortable position. Yeah, teased Marissa. "Oh, and don't call me Ginge. You know I hate that. It always drives me crazy," she said, struggling to keep another smile from her face. "Sorry, Ginge. Keep it alive and we'll promise not to call you Ginge ever again," retorted the South African. The three friends exploded into fits of laughter, and Marissa slowed the vehicle to a more acceptable speed. They passed a small road sign illuminated in the campervan's headlights like a white flash. She informed her companions they were only 25 miles from London and should arrive at the bed and breakfast in under an hour. "Cheers, Ginge!" came the muffled shout from behind as Marissa groaned and put her foot down on the accelerator. Henrik Vader and Ruin Art were Marissa's travelling companions. Henrik was brought up in a small village in the outskirts of Stockholm and was the drummer and general percussion and dog's body section of the band. Ruin, on the other hand, was from Pretoria, and he was a true musical talent of the group. He was a classically trained violinist, also played the guitar, double bass and pretty much any musical instrument he turned his hand to. Both accompanied Marissa perfectly at every show, and what she lacked in tuning she made up for with gusto. The three friends had been touring the world with their band Obsidia for the last few years. They weren't in search for fame and fortune, but instead on a quest for which they'd been in training since their unique childhoods. A quest that had taken them to every continent in the globe, allowed them to sail the many oceans and drive the countless highways of a never-ending list of countries. They knew they were running out of time before the dark tsunami hit, threatening to destroy everything and everyone. But these unlikely heroes had been well prepared. It was a week ago Marissa was alerted to the presence of the artefact on an antique dealer's website. However, when she contacted the dealer directly, he told her, apologetically, that the item had already been purchased, and that unfortunately the dealer was unable to inform her of the purchaser's identity. For security reasons, of course. Marissa, however, was nothing if not persuasive, and hoped to travel to discuss the matter further with Mr. Whittaker. At first he had refused a request for a meeting, but then reluctantly agreed, if only to stop her persistent emails. "Do you think it's a coincidence that the artefact has been purchased at this time?" asked Ruin quietly from the back of the caravan. "It's too close to the convergence for it to be a coincidence, and I'm worried that it has fallen into the wrong hands." Marissa gripped the steering wheel and gritted her teeth in determination. "Hopefully the three of us together are strong enough to get it back. I hate to think what would happen if not." I don't think it's fallen in the wrong hands, you know, said Henrik more positively. I think we would have felt it if it had been acquired by evil. Perhaps, replied Marissa uncertainly. But can we take a chance of it being picked up by someone who doesn't know its significance? Neither of the men responded to Marissa's rhetorical question, and the three companions travelled the rest of the way to London in contemplative silence, trying to comprehend the dangers they were likely to face in the coming days. It wasn't just a case of unruly fans throwing a few bottles. This was life or death for the planet. And we stop there. Hope you enjoyed it. I like this bit. So, thank you very much again for coming back. Thanks for listening. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying reading it to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell all your friends, and come back next week. And we'll have another exciting episode. If there's any of the characters that we've met so far that you quite liked and you would like to hear more from, let me know. Leave me a comment or get in touch. See you again soon. Bye.